Let me just say this. The Prime Minister was again outstanding today. There is an unprecedented, indefinite level 4 travel ban for the entire world. The government is saying don't travel overseas. There's a ban now of non-essential indoor gatherings of 100 or more Australians. We already have the outdoor gatherings limited to 500. Let me correct again, though, some very dishonest observations about me, re my comments about all of this. I've never said the pandemic is hysteria. I have sought to dismantle the hysteria by sticking to the facts. I've persistently supported the position outlined by the Prime Minister last Sunday when he was telling us that, in his words, quote, "The truth is that while many people will contract this virus, it is clear that, just as people get the flu each year, and this is more severe than the flu, but for the vast majority, around 8 in 10 is our advice, it will be a mild illness and it will pass." The Prime Minister went on Sunday, quote, "However, for older Australians and those who are more vulnerable, particularly those in remote communities and those with pre-existing health conditions, it is a far more serious virus, and that is our concern." He said our aim in all of this is to protect the most vulnerable, the most at risk. Every Australian would agree with that. We must protect in all we do the elderly, the disabled, and those of any age who are at risk because of a precondition. And I have persistently stuck to the facts as they are updated every day by the World Health Organization. But it's also a fact that right across all industries, business and individuals are suffering. And it was always the sensible goal of the Morrison government to keep business in business and those in work at work. Yet the multi-billion-dollar live entertainment industry is on its knees, so is aviation and travel and retail. And alongside industry, almost every working and unforgotten Australian, and of course, unless of course they're on the public payroll. But if you stick to the facts, there are 198,600 cases in a world of 7.5 billion people. There are 115,962 active cases. There are 7,989 deaths. If you exclude China, Italy, Iran, South Korea and Spain, the deaths in the other 162 countries total 644. The serious cases worldwide are 6,415, but 5,304 of those are in China, Italy, Iran, South Korea and Spain. So in the other 162 listed countries, there are 1,111 serious cases. We've had 6 deaths in Australia, the latest an 86-year-old man from Sydney today, and there is 1 serious case. But of the 167 countries posted by WHO, 111 have reported no deaths. I wrote about this in Tuesday's Daily Telegraph, and afterwards Sasha posted a comment on the website. She said, quote, "Thank you. Great article providing a dose of reality. More people will be bankrupted by this virus than killed by it. The financial impact on businesses and families will be horrific, all in the name of combating a virus whose impact upon the health of the vast majority of the community will be mild." Now, her view is being articulated by many, and it has to be acknowledged. The Prime Minister said, for the vast majority, around 8 in 10 is our advice, it'll be a mild illness and it will pass. The statistics are instructive. 900 people died in Australia last year from the flu. No one blinked an eyelid. 37,000 people in America died last year from flu. So far, the American death toll from coronavirus is 116. Every year, more than 43,000 Australians die from heart disease. That's 1 every 12 minutes. Nearly 50,000 Australians die from cancer every year. Now, any death diminishes us all, but so far, thankfully, the virus has occasioned 6 deaths in Australia. The same World Health Organization argues that 5 million people die each year from tobacco-related illness. That's 1 person dying every 6 seconds. In fact, the same WHO estimates that 165,000 children under the age of 5 die each year from lower respiratory infections caused by second-hand smoke. But as we stand today, no matter what the modelling might say, the total deaths are fewer than 8,000. Almost half the confirmed cases have recovered. And outside the top 5 culprits in all of this, China, Italy, Iran, South Korea and Spain, there are 1,111 serious cases. Many Australians are concerned at the widespread cost being borne by the nation. Sasha makes a point that is echoed by many. The financial impact on businesses and families will be horrific, all in the name of combating a virus whose impact upon the health of the vast majority will be mild. Now, I repeat, the Prime Minister has said this is a more severe condition than the flu, but for the vast majority, around 8 in 10 is our advice, it'll be a mild illness and it'll pass. By reinforcing that point, I've been trying to dismantle the hysteria. Even today, the Prime Minister has said of the disgracefully hysteria in the supermarkets, stop hoarding, stop it. It's not sensible, it's not helpful, that is not who we are as a people, it is not necessary, it's not something that people should be doing. I have never said that the concern for the virus is nothing more than hysteria. That is a blatant untruth. I've sought to dismantle the hysteria by sticking to the facts as we know them today. I believe all of this bears consideration when we reflect on the massive economic dislocation inflicted on thousands and thousands of Australians.